Full disclosure, Tina and I are direct opposites of Christy and Jake. This is way out of my comfort zone, and this is easy for her.
Okay, I want everybody to take your hands and put them right in front of your face. Put your pens down, your pencils, whatever, right in front of your face, and look at your nails. Are they cute? No. Do they have hangnails? Dark spots? They're broken? Men too, I know how you are. Hit your hand with a hammer? Well, for over a quarter of a century, my job was to make hands look beautiful. I worked in a nail salon that my mother and I have run, and we still have our nail salon. And if you know anything, who in here has been to a beauty shop? All right, most everybody. So you know the culture. And those of you who haven't, think Steel Magnolias, and that's where I am, okay? We're from Alabama, and I graduated high school. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I went into family business. I loved doing nails. I loved connecting with my clients. They would come in, and I would get to hold their hands and connect with them for a solid hour every week or every 2 weeks. And that's powerful. And I loved doing it, and they loved to come to me. And I hate to just sound braggadocious, but I was very good at it. I had an art background in high school. And so I took to doing nails like a duck to water. I just loved it. I enjoyed the industry so much that I became an industry educator with several companies. So I got to travel around. I was professionally trained to speak. I have no problem getting up in front of however many people because I just love it if I'm passionate about what I have to tell. And so if you know what the salons are like, you know when you walk in the door, what does it smell like? No. Chemicals. I was taught that chemicals are fantastic. Everything except light and electricity is a chemical, so we're good. Chemicals aren't bad. People have phobias of chemicals, and they're weird. So I embraced my chemicals, and I inhaled them every day. I filed, buffed, and polished, and I loved my job. Well then, I worked myself through lunch. I didn't get up and stretch. I didn't take good care of my body. That's just not the culture I lived in. And so I ended up with chronic pain. I ended up with a lot of different things that were hurting me, and I had to search out and find out what was going on. And so through that discovery journey, we decided that we were going to remove wheat and sugar and processed foods and junk from our lives, but I still was going to do my nails. I still was going to be in the salon because that's how we really had, that was a lot of our income. Well, part of that healthy eating journey, we decided to forego commercial milk. We have 7.5, 8 acres. We have chickens. So we decided to get dairy goats. And in that journey of getting dairy goats, I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, we have a horse. A goat's kind of like a horse. I learned how to milk a goat with my pretty nails. And so here I am trying to figure out how to raise goats and get good clean milk. Well, if you give goats pharmacy medicines when they're sick, guess what comes out of the milk? Same thing. So I have a wonderful mentor who was very much involved in studying holistic, healthy things for her goat herd. And so she taught me about some things, and she led me to a book. I had started writing a list of essential oils and other things I wanted in my emergency kit for the barn. Well, 2 days after I started writing this list, you know how God is. My neighbor 2 doors down said, "Hey, do you want to go to that Young Living Essential Oil class in Birmingham?" And I said, "Absolutely I do." So I took my book, I took my list, and I went in, and there was a room like this, 300 people. And I looked around and I thought, do every one of these people have goats? I mean, true story. So being from the salon industry, I used to buy lavender for $7.95 for a bottle this big, and I put it in my pedicure water. I bought peppermint. It was just as cheap as lavender, and I put it in our towel warmer because, you know, at the holidays, that was a nice treat for a client to come in and smell like peppermint. So I didn't know the difference, so I started learning. And I'm in the back of the room in this class, Googling Young Living and Gary Young. And I'm finding good things, and I'm finding bad things. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is one of those network marketing things. And Paul and I had been in network marketing 20 years ago, and we loved the idea, but the product was not a good vehicle. And so we didn't stay in it very long, but we did know that that was a great industry. Well, so I bought the kit, I got the oils, and my girlfriend, you know, at Steel Magnolias at the beauty shop, they already laughed at me because I got goats. And so I'm thinking, when I go to work and I bring in these snake oils, they're really gonna laugh at me. They're all over there drinking their Diet Cokes and eating their fast food, and I'm trying to transform my life. So I have my oils in my bag, and my girlfriend Jane, she had slipped and fallen at her daughter's wedding the week before and had injured a knee and a foot, and she was uncomfortable. Well, that little voice inside of me said, you know, you have something that would help her if you just get it out. Well, I was like, no. I'm not telling them about it. And I didn't. For about 30 minutes, I had this internal conversation. So, we have an oil in our starter kit that's great for occasional discomfort called Panaway. And I got it out, and it said dilute 1 drop to 4 drops of carrier oil. I'd had my oils less than 24 hours, and I'm wondering, what is a carrier oil? It has to be something like cuticle oil, so I'll just use that. And I diluted my Panaway with cuticle oil. I ran over to Jane, I rubbed her knee down and said, y'all laugh all you want to, you know it's funny. So I go on, and I actually went that night to another direct sales party to buy some jewelry. And so my phone rings, and I'm looking at it, and it's Jane. And Jane is my friend that never calls, she just texts. So when she called, I'm thinking, the salon has burned down, or we've been broken into, or there's a limb on the building. Something's wrong, because I'm the landlord, and I have to take care of things. So I looked down, and I answered the phone, and she is laughing so hysterically, I couldn't understand what she was saying. And she said, whatever that was, snake oil lady, I'm in. Tell me where I can go get some. And I'm like, you can't. That's just not what you do. This is not how this works. It's not how any of this works. So, that's kind of how I got started in the business. And we received a paycheck. And then the next month, we received a paycheck. The second paycheck was around $980. And that's when Mr. Ciesla said, where's their compensation plan? I don't know, but you know, I gotta get well. I'm still on my healing journey, and I've got to milk goats. And if you want to learn about a compensation plan, knock yourself out. I'm learning how to do these oils. I wanted to learn the oils, so I did. And as I helped people in the salon, I never thought I would leave the salon industry, y'all. I mean, that was just my heart. I loved it. Even homeschooling my kids, I remained in the salon 2 days a week. God just changed my heart. He flipped us up on our elbows. And he said, this is the plan I have for you. And so here we are. We were diamond in 20 months. And I hate to say this, y'all, but I really don't know how that happened. Because I have a couple of team members here. We were having lunch today, and I said, y'all, I mean, I'm really just now learning systems. I'm learning how to support you as my team members. I believed in the product, and I told my story. Those people believed in the product, and they told their story. I'm not a biochemist like my upline, Jen Jordan. I don't know all these things, but what I do know, I've learned on my own, and I have empowered myself, and I've empowered others to teach themselves how to use these products. And so the products do sell themselves if you get them in the right hands, but it's the structure that I lacked at home. So here I am at home now. And I want to share a couple of tips with you about some things that I've discovered just recently that have revolutionized the way I'm doing business on a daily basis. What I'm doing is, someone taught me at convention, or no, it was on the cruise we were on this summer, about cinch share. Does anybody know what cinch share is? Only a couple, so I'm blessing you right now. Write it down. Cinch, C-I-N-C-H-S-H-A-R-E. It's not my website. I don't get financially compensated for telling you about this. What it is it's a scheduling software. It's about $100 a year. So that's $8 a month or so. And what I do is I schedule my Facebook posts. Does anybody in here do your business on Facebook or social media? A lot of us. I have a Facebook group for my team. I have a Facebook group for my team builders. So like I have an oily group where we all just talk about products and some business. And then we have a group for just business, no oil talk at all in there. And then I have a group for my silvers and up. And so a lot of times I have something I want to share with all 3 groups. I can do that with one click of a button with Send Share. Look it up, try it out. She's got education stuff on her website and on YouTube. You can learn how to use it. If I learn how to use it, you can, because I'm not a techie person. I've had to force myself to learn this stuff. Another book that we've read this summer as a group is by Gary Keller. He's the Keller part of Keller Williams. And the name of the book is called The One Thing. And the premise of this book is this. What is the one thing you can do right now, such that by doing it, everything else is either easier or not even necessary? It's a hard question. And the more you think about it, the harder it gets. But it's a system, a way of backing yourself out from whatever your daily goal is, your weekly goal, your monthly, your yearly, your 5-year. Back that up into what can I do right now? What's the most important one thing that I need to be doing, my action step right now? Okay, time blocking. Time blocking is another thing that we learned in The One Thing, and that is, we've heard it all weekend, we've heard it today, turn off your notifications. Stop scrolling and listening. Multitasking is a lie. It doesn't work. I used to pride myself and say, I am so good at multitasking. Well, let me tell you, that's messing up on more than one thing at a time. That's the definition of multitasking. And so that's just a couple of tips that we have found that have worked for us, and we're still working on it. I love Mastermind, and Paul is going to tell you some things that we have learned this weekend that we're going to take home.
Well, you guys may have known this, but the first thing that I learned of this thing was that Steve Martin's in network marketing. He killed a mouse with a hammer when he was 13. But my serious takeaway was Orrin Seal said it a few times, and then we were in his breakout session with Randy Gage, and he kept talking about all the problems with downline, and people lying and getting up on stage and dealing with lies and dealing with sneaking around. And I'm sitting there thinking, and he kept saying, all you people have this in your downlines, and all you people are dealing with it. And I'm thinking, no, we don't. This is a product-led company of amazing products. I haven't met a shyster in this company yet. I guess that was my big thing this whole, I'm not used to network marketing for the business side. This is product-led, it's what we do, it's why we're here. Most of us started, I'm never doing that business. I don't see that in these people. All you people that I've met, we just don't see that kind of stuff. So that's an amazing takeaway from this. If those people are dealing with all that, and his story is, he had to leave a company because there was so much dissension. He was, I assume, making a couple $100,000 a month. And he left the company because all the lies and people getting on stage saying they're millionaires and showing pictures that they're on their yacht in front of their Ferrari that they went down to the dealership and took pictures in front of. We don't have that crap. It's amazing. All right. This woman right here should have been on that stage this week. What do you think?